Hi, this is Liz, and I have another Flow Style Junk Journal to show you. Flow Style Junk Journal is one that is designed to be taken apart and used in your own art projects, junk journals, but it's not limited to that. This was inspired by a collection of paper called Portrait of a Lady by Graphic 45. It's in shades of green and peach and brown, and I just loved it and decided to put together some Flow Style Junk Journals. The cover is from that, and it's the heavyweight double-sided scrapbook cardstock, and the book is tied together with 3 different strands of textiles. There's a cotton pearl, there's a green I don't know what it is, something. And this is brown wool that's hand spun and hand dyed. And so those 3 coordinate with the collection. And they're looped around twice. So there's quite a bit of length here. And the book measures 6 by 9 because it's a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper that is folded in half. And then I do a 3-inch fold up here to make the pocket, which is held together with washi tape, which is removable, so that you can reuse the cover as well. And inside or attached to the front pocket, there is yet another piece of yarn that's wrapped around a playing card and adhered with a paper clip. And inside the front pocket, we have a bunch of different things here. Starting at the back, we have an illustration from a vintage children's book. And these are some cards that coordinate with the Graphic 45 collection that are designed to be cut apart. And they have a lovely coordinating print on the back. This is a page from a very old children's book. And I know from experience that it doesn't fold well, so I cut it so that you can use both the pieces. And this is a coordinating piece of scrapbook paper. This is a book on training people to do electrical work, and this is on air brakes for trains. It has wonderful little illustrations in it. This is a book on the history of lace, which has some wonderful pictures. And this is a doily that my husband made on the Cricut, which I quite like. It's gorgeous. And more of those little cards to be cut apart. That's the first pocket. The first page in the book is a piece of sheet music from Gilbert and Sullivan Operetta. And this is from a vintage book of receipts that I got. And grid paper. This is a stamped image on a piece of paper, double-sided scrapbook paper. This is a copy of a book that I have in Polish that I just love, and I didn't want to cut the book apart, but it's wonderful. It's got great illustrations in it. This is a European train schedule from the 70s. It's got some nice age on it. This is a book page from a book called Victoria that has great illustrations. There are 2 different pages here. This is sort of a compendium book of knowledge from, I think, the 20s with a little bit of age on it. It's an order form from a tire store. This is from a book in Spanish that is quite old and has wonderful age on it. It's a book on birds. It's a stamped image of a timepiece. This is another coordinate from the Portrait of a Lady Graphics 45 collection. And those are attached to a double-sided piece of cardstock that coordinates. It's a book from the 1800s called St. Elmo. It's music from a hymnal. This is a copy of a wonderful ledger that I got on a shopping trip earlier this year. It's from 1915. It's from a tailor's. These are orders for suits from 1915. This is a reproduction of a page from a Sears Roebuck catalog, and it got a lot of sun exposure and has a wonderful age on it, even though it is a reproduction, I think, from the 70s. The original catalog I think was 1903, 1904. And this is a stamped image with another piece of the graphic 45 paper. And that's also attached with double-sided scrapbook paper. It's a book from the 50s. This is a book in French that I put a doily on and then used alcohol ink and sprayed through. It's a wonderful effect. And then in the center of the book, there are two different pockets in these envelopes that are taped together. And this one has, there's another little piece in there. It's a tiny piece. A couple of tags that I have decoupaged paper onto. This little tiny one, including a piece of sheet music. And these are file folders, so they have a little heft to them. And then I have a couple of papers that are stamped with coordinating stamps. There we go. A couple of those. And then this is another piece of double-sided cardstock. A couple of scrapbook papers that coordinate with the collection. These are single-sided. This is more of the card stock. These are designed to be cut apart, but they have a wonderful print on the back. And then these are other pieces from the Graphics 45 paper collection. They have a tone-on-tone print on the back of most of those. That is the center. And then on this side, I won't take them out because they're kind of wiggly. There are 13 3-inch fabric squares that coordinate with the paper collection. Those are ready to be taken out and used in your craft project. And then these are the back sides of all the papers we saw previously. There's an envelope here which has in it 6 different thread spool ends that I have printed and cut out, and they're on kind of a heavyweight paper cardstock, so that you can use these for your embellished paper clips or tuck spots or whatever you fancy. And then also in this envelope are some buttons, some of which I took out of my mother's button box, and they're vintage, and some of them are new. And these coordinate with the different fabrics. And I have popped these in the envelope and held them on with paper clips, so hopefully none of them escape. And then the back sides of the other pages, the back of that ledger. And there's a wonderful picture from that Victoria book. Train schedule. So the other side of the scrapbook paper, a stamped image, and another coordinate from the Graphic 45 collection. There we go. Receipts. And the back pocket has another plain card with a 5th textile on it. And it's a book on shaker furniture and how to make it. Great different graphics on it. More of the cards. This is a wonderful stamped image. And it's not that it's badly stamped. This is the way the stamp is designed, so that some of the words are more bold and some of them are more faint. This is a piece of cardstock, a bridge score sheet, another coordinate cardstock. Wonderful print by Audubon. Just love that. Look at the colors with that. It's another sheet from that Graphic 45 collection, and a few more of those cards. This is one of probably 12 Flow Style junk journals I'm going to do from this collection. There are a couple of different prints and colors for the covers. If you would like one that is more brown, more green, more peach, look around for the other variations. These are going to be for sale in my Etsy store. Thank you so much for looking. Have a great day.